guys, so welcome back to another video, and in this video we are going to set up Webpack and Babel to create a React application. Of course, I know you have already using create React app to create a React application. You can just typing npx create React app and any name application you want, and everything it's set up, and you just use that. All right, so you don't need to worry about the configuration, Babel configuration or something like that. So in this video, we are going to learn how to create React from scratch. We are going to looking for how exactly React works. All right, so let's create a folder called, say, make directory. We are going to create react-setup-tutorial, and let's try to cd to react-setup-tutorial. Enter that, and now let's create a folder inside a React setup tutorial folder, and we're going to create source folder and public folder. So inside in here we are going to create a file. In source we are going to create index.js, and in public we are going to create index.html. Alright, so let's try to open in VS Code, exit that out. Alright, so now we have two folder in here. Before we install Webpack, we need to initialize the package.json file. In here, let's do npm init. Oh, I'm doing that. npm space init, just make default. Here we go. Now we have package.json file, and let's try to install Webpack. Let's go to the browser, go to Webpack in here, and let's go to get started. Let's see how to install Webpack. This is how you can install Webpack. You can do npm install Webpack and Webpack CLI. So let's do that in here. Let's do npm install Webpack and Webpack-CLI, and we are going to install as a dev dependency. So Webpack CLI is basically we can run Webpack in the terminal. So let's try to run that. Alright, so finally it's done. We have installed Webpack and Webpack CLI as a dev dependency. So let's try to install React right now. So npm install React and react-dom. Alright, so let's try to enter, and if you're working with Webpack, you need to create a Webpack file configuration. So let's go to in here the documentation, and you need to create webpack.config.js, and this is the basic configuration. So let's try to create that in the root folder. In the root, let's create a webpack.config.js. So let's create a variable called path that equals to, we are going to require path from node, and let's export model in here. So model export. For the entry point, we are going to using the index.js in source folder. So let's go to source folder and index.js file. Alright, so for the output, we're going to using path in here, and the path.join underscore zero name, and we're going to add public in here. Should be represent this folder. And for the file name, Let's do file name. You can give any name you want, but for me I just say bundle.js. Okay, so save. Let's go to index.html and let's create HTML boilerplate, explanation, enter. And for the title, let's say React app, and let's create a div with ID root. And under in here, I'm going to open script tag and source. If I running Webpack in the terminal, it should be creating new file in the public, which is bundle.js. That's what we create in here, the output. So we need to connect it to our HTML in here. So it should be bundle.js. Save that. Close the file. So now let's go to index.js. We need to import the React in here. So import React from React and React DOM as well. So import React, say React DOM from React desktop. Wait. So let's create a variable called template. So that it goes to, we are going to create element using react.create element. All right. And we're going to create h1 and just say null for the class. And for the text, say hello world. All right. So of course we need to render to the page. We need to using React render in here and spacing the template, and we are going to render to the root ID, which is right here. All right, so let's grab that using document.getElementById, and it should be root. Okay, so now save. And in the webpack.js, you need to specify the mode. And just say modes. For now, I just say development. And now you can be able to run that. But in a package.json, we need to change that to start and change everything in here to Webpack. So save that. Now you can run this by typing npm start. Let's do npm start. All right, so here we go. Now we have a bundle.js file, and this is development mode. So we can read that. If you're using production mode, of course you cannot read that. So let's open the index.html to the browser. Now we get a hello world. If I inspect element, now we get a body and root and h1 with hello world. If you want to add a class, you can do that in here. You can do class name, set that to whatever class name you want, say title for example. Save that, and you need to run that again, npm start. Here we go. Now let's see in the browser, reload that, and you should see in here h1 with the class title. All right, so but you don't need to necessarily put your mode development or production in here. You can do inside a package.json file. You can do in here dash mode, set that equals to development, and you can create another in here, just say build, and this is with should be the production. So dash mode set that equals to production. All right, save. Now let's close the package.json file. We need to try to using JSX in here. So let's try to h1 to say hello world. Save. Now let's try to run npm start. All right, we get an error right now because JavaScript cannot understand what is JSX is. So we need to install Babel in here. So let's do npm install Babel / core and Babel / preset -env, and we're going to install Babel / preset -react and Babel loader, and we're going to install that as a dev dependency. All right, so what is Babel core is basically allow us to running Babel in tools like Webpack, and Babel preset env is basically convert our ES6, ES7 or EX8 to ES5, so browser can understand that. Okay, and Babel preset React is basically transform JSX to a JavaScript. So if you want to see how this works, you can copy that and go to the browser, and you can go to the babel.js.io and go to try it out, and let's try to paste our JSX in here. So let's paste in here. This is what happened basically. If we type in JSX, which is h1 hello world, now we have react.create element h1 null and hello world. Okay, so that's what happened basically. So let's try to run that. So we need to create configuration Babel file in the root. Let's create a file called .babelrc, and in here let's open curly braces, and we are going to say presets. In here say Babel / preset -env and Babel / preset -react. Okay, spell right, yeah, save. All right, so finally it's done. Let's go to Webpack configuration. We need to create a model in here, say model, and rules. Let's create a rules. We are going to say task. We are going to looking for a unit quote. We're going to looking for any JavaScript file. So .js and say exclude because we don't want to running Babel to in the node._modules folder. So say node_modules, and what loader we are going to using is Babel loader. Say quote Babel loader. Okay, so let's try to save that, and let's running npm start again and see what happening. Okay, we get a error. The error is they can resolve Babel loader. So let's try to see in the package.json file. Just make sure we install Babel loader right here. Yes, but let's try to run that again. npm start. Alright, so let's cancel that because in here should be louder, not louder. I'm wrong typing that. So npm install Babel dash loader. We are going to install as dev dependency. So enter that, and we are going to remove this. Here we go. Alright, so it's done. We have Babel loader right now, and open Webpack config file, and in here we are going to add DevTools. Say DevTools. I'm going to say chip dash model dash evolve dash source dash map. Alright, so save, and let's try to run the npm start. What is that? Npm start. Alright, it's working. So let's see in the browser. We should see h1 right now with hello world. Where is that? Reload that. And now we get hello world. Pretty cool. So now we can create a component in here and return the JSX. So let's try to create a functional based component. So const app set it equals to arrow function in here, and let's try to return JSX and just say just one line in here. Just say h1, say hello from React. Okay, so we need to send the app in here like that and try to save, and I hope that works. Npm start again. Here we go, and let's see in the browser. Reload that. Now we get hello from React. Cool, pretty awesome. Next, we are going to install the Webpack dev server. So we need to do is npm install Webpack dev server as a dev dependency. Enter that. So until done, let's go to Webpack configuration and give a comma in here. We need to say dev server, say content base, say path.join underscore their name and public. Save. So let's go to package.json file, and in here we need to add another scripts. Just say dev, and it should be running the dev server. So Webpack dev server. Save. Alright, so this is done. Now we have Webpack dev server in dev dependency. So let's try to run the server. Remember, in here we have dev. We can run that. So npm run dev. Should be projects running at a local host with port 8080. So let's open that with control. Wait, where is that? Say control click. It should be open localhost 8080. So now we have React app and hello from React. Pretty awesome. So let's try to go to index.js, and in here I just want to remove the React, and let's try to save, and let's do, now it should be automatically reload in the browser. So we can make that smaller like that. Now every time I give a change in here, explanation save, and it should be automatically reload in the browser. So now let's create a style in the source right here. We need to create a folder called style, say styles, and inside in here I'm going to create style.css. So let's change the background to dark, say 333, save and stop the server. For now we need to install another loader in here, say npm install css loader, and we are going to install style-loader as a dev dependency. So let's try to run that. So let's go to webpack.config.js file. In here we need to add some rules. Let's see, Sass is going to be looking for any CSS file, so it should be .css $, and let's see, we are going to using the style loader. I'm wrong again, loader, and CSS loader. Save, and now it should be work. Of course, we need to connect to our index.js. We need to import in here, like you did it in React, create React app, right? You need to say import /style.css, like so. All right, so it's done. Let's try to npm run dev. And here we go. We have a dark background. Of course, you can styling that. So let's go to style.css. We need to change the color to white. Set the color white, save, and should be automatically reload in the browser. Pretty awesome. I don't want CSS. Maybe I want to using Sass, which is CSS extension. So let's try to create another file, which is style.scss. So in here, I want to create variable called, just say bg color to say 333, and say text color to white, for example. And in here I want to create a background and background color with bg-color, like so, and color, which is the text color, I want to using text color variable. Alright, so stop the server, and we are going to install a couple loader in here. For watching the SCSS file, we need to install sass-loader and node-sass and as a dev dependency. Run that. So now let's go to index.js. We need to just copy that, and for the CSS I want to comment that out, and this should be SCSS. Okay, so now save. This is done. Let's see, let's run npm run server. Let's make sure we have, yeah, dev, of course. npm run dev, it should be running localhost 8080. Alright, it should be error because we don't yet give rules in Webpack config file. So let's go to Webpack config file, and let's just comment the CSS, and let's try to create for SCSS file in here. So we're going to say task should be looking for any SCSS file, and we are going to using the style loader in here. say style test loader, and we are going to using CSS loader, and wait, Sass test loader. Okay, so save, and I hope that works for now. Let's close the server and running that again, npm run dev. All right, so here we go, it's working. So let's go to SCSS file, let's go to in here, and let's try to select the H1. I want to change the color to red or something. Save, and now we should have red. Pretty awesome. Alright, I think that's it for this video, and I hope you like and enjoy it. So I'm gonna see you in the next video, and always bye.